Hey, and welcome back to this week's vlog. As you can probably tell, I have a little bit of a cold, flu, or some kind of weird thing going on. And the reality of it is, I just love doing these videos. Like, I absolutely get so much joy from making these videos for you, just as much as you all say that you get from watching these videos. So I really couldn't resist doing a video this week. But I do want to talk about being sick, okay? And the importance of us really just taking care of ourselves when we do get sick. You know, there are so many of us that feel so guilty or so worried when we get sick and we actually need to stop and take a break. But really and truly, you know, when we do get sick, it is our body's way of saying, hello, I need you to slow down. I need you to just take care of me right now. And you know, there are all kinds of metaphysical reasons for why we get sick, and I think I talked a little bit about that in one of my most recent Instagram posts. So if you want to dive deeper into that, go check out my latest post there. And also, if you're like really into just metaphysics and wanting to understand the reasons why specific ailments show up in the body, then I recommend that you work with someone that is trained in some kind of alternative healing therapies. Someone like myself that is a Reiki master who may understand that sort of stuff, because it is pretty cool to really dig into what the emotional reasons are for why we physically manifest things in our lives, right? But just again, getting back to this, you know, need for balance. There are a lot of us who will muscle through it and push through it. And it's really because we live in this culture where we praise and award people for suffering, you know, and we don't necessarily reward people for taking care of themselves. And I think that's something that really needs to change. And it's part of the reason why I'm so passionate about self-love and I'm so passionate about self-care, because I really want people to see that struggling is something that maybe our parents and our ancestors, you know, had to do, but it's not something that we have to continue to do. We're here to change the narrative around what hard work looks like, or what commitment looks like, and what dedication looks like, and around what the standards of care and standards for health care ought to really be. But you know, the reality is that there are many people here in this country and around the world who don't have the privilege of staying home when they're sick, or who don't have the privilege of just taking time for themselves. Because if they don't go to work, you know, they lose their job and then they can't feed their children, their families. You know, and so I think it is so important for those of us who do have the privilege, who have things like sick days, or who work for ourselves so that we can really say when we will work and when we won't work, or who have the wealth and abundance to be able to just rest and take care of ourselves. We really need to be pushing this conversation forward, and how we do that is by actually being a literal and physical demonstration of what health and care looks like. That means we set the standards for how we'll be treated based on how we treat ourselves. So when we are sick, and I'm not just talking about a little bit sick here, I'm talking about when you are unwell or when you are injured, not struggling, straining, and tracking yourself into work when you know that it's going to have a negative impact on your overall health. And then, of course, your well-being as a whole, right? And so when we do that for ourselves, we become people who say this is what healthcare ought to look like, who say this is what health in a workplace or in an environment ought to look like. We create businesses that push the envelope around this conversation. We also vote for people who want to create policies or hold on to policies that ensure that people actually have better care. When we take care of ourselves, essentially, we heal the world. When we take care of ourselves, we give other people permission to take care of themselves. It's time to really change the story, to change the narrative around what a hardworking or dedicated person or a committed person looks like. We need to take better care of ourselves and encourage the people around us to be able to take care of themselves. And with that, fight for those who don't have a voice so that they get the care and the access that they also deserve. So anyway, I said I don't want to, have this video be too long, so I'm probably going to wrap soon. Just really love yourselves, take care of yourselves. That's what I'm doing for myself and what I've been doing for myself the last couple of days. But honestly, I just couldn't resist doing this video because it's so much fun for me. What else do I want to say to y'all? Oh, so I'm just a few days away from my 2-month lock anniversary, and I just again want to say thank you to everyone for all the sweet comments. I get a lot of direct messages and stuff like that about my hair and my journey and all that kind of stuff. It's really great. More importantly, there's been so much controversy in the media about women who are wanting to wear their natural hair, or who are not wanting to change the texture of their hair. And I just love that there are so many more people who are asking me questions or just really even appreciating my hair as it is. This is a conversation that's not just about one group of women, but understand that when we open up the conversation, when we talk about things, and when we support each other as men and women in what one group is dealing with, that it also supports others in being free as well. I'm talking also, when I'm talking about my hair, I'm also talking about women who are embracing their gray, who are saying, I'm not going to cover up my white and my gray anymore if I don't want to. Who says it's ugly? Who says that's unattractive? This is my natural hair, the way it is colored and tinted and growing out of my scalp, and if I want to keep it that way, I will. And even, there was a wonderful woman I was doing a consultation with who is dealing with cancer right now, and she was like, you know what, I'm sick of wearing these wigs, I'm not going to wear them. She's no longer wearing wigs because it makes other people uncomfortable, or because people question her femininity when she doesn't have any hair. She's just owning her bald head, and it's beautiful. So I could go on and on and on, but I just really want to say, self-love is important, self-care is important. Be taking care of yourselves. Know that I appreciate you watching these videos each and every single week, and every comment and every question means the world to me. So I'm actually going to go and do what I am telling y'all to do. I'm going to go and I'm going to take care of myself. Until we see each other either in the next video, somewhere online, or for some of you, we'll see each other in person. Don't forget that we're totally in this game of life together. Mwah.